evening students. So good evening all of you. So welcome to Unacademy EAMCET YouTube channel. So myself Dr.Rajendra Prasad, biology educator on Unacademy platform students. So in today's class we'll be continuing with the topic, that is the name of the topic is human health and diseases. So the topic which we are going to discuss is human health and diseases. So before starting the class, so as usual I would like to introduce about our Unacademy Plus students. So Unacademy Plus is for students who subscribe to our courses. So let us see what is the benefits of taking Unacademy Plus subscription. So what are the benefits means? So premium content. So on Unacademy Plus platform you will get a premium content. So premium content will be available at affordable price. So structured live courses, dedicated live doctrine sessions also will be taking place. So well designed structured live courses and dedicated live doctrine sessions takes place. So quizzes are conducted at regular intervals. So batches, so lecturers will be in batches, you can join the batch of your interest. Then test series, so test series also will be conducted students for daily practice test series and full length mock test, so you can avail the full length mock test. Also these all you can get for a single subscription of an unlimited amount, so unlimited access actually. So that is a 1 month trial plan, that is 2,250 rupees students. So recently one batch was started in the month of December students. The name of the batch is called as a EAMCET Rankers batch. In that Rankers batch you can see our top educators in all our subjects like physics, chemistry and mathematics. So you can join this batch by using my code Rajendra Live and subscribe 1 month trial plan for 2,250 rupees students. So this is the 1 month trial plan costing around 2,250 rupees. So what is importance of this particular Rankers batch is learners. You can learn from the best educators to prepare for coming EAMCET examination 2021 students. A detailed explanation, so you will get a detailed explanation of the respective subject in a Telugu language actually, for better language, so for better understanding. So man Telugu language ante manaki Telugu language lo teach chesthe maranta baga అర్థం అవడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి సో ఖచ్చితంగా ఏంటంటే మనకు కొన్ని ఎడ్యుకేటర్స్ అందరూ మనకి తెలుగులోనే టీచింగ్ చేస్తారు. అదే మన EAMCET లో ఒక బెనిఫిట్ ఏంటంటే అదే మెయిన్. So complete syllabus also will be covered, and tips and tricks also will be given by educator students. So tips and tricks also will be given by the educators actually. Then there is another batch is going on, that is called Telugu batch. So this Telugu batch also launched recently in the month of the January, so in 2021. So January 2021 it was launched. So in this batch, so I am taking the biology classes and sir is taking the chemistry, sir is taking physics and sir is taking mathematics. So you can choose your interest students. If interested you can purchase this Telugu batch for 1 month plan of 2,250 rupees students. So what is the importance of this Telugu batch? If you see, so complete syllabus will be covered, tips and tricks will be given by educators, topic wise practice papers and full length mock test. You can also get full length mock test. So if interested you can use my code Rajendra Live to purchase this particular Telugu batch course students. So that is about our Telugu batch. So then there is a long term plans. Apart from this 1 month plans, we have a long term plan, there is 6 months plan and 12 months plan. So 6 months plan costing around 10,125 rupees students, a very less amount. For 6 months it is 10,125 rupees, and 12 months plan, so 12 months plan costing around 12,375 rupees. So these are the best plans students, these are the best plans in the long term plans. There is 6 months plan costing around 10,125 rupees, and at the same time 12 months plan. If you are interested you can use my code Rajendra Live. So use my code Rajendra Live to purchase this particular long term plans of 6 months and as well as 12 months plan. So 6 months plan costing around 10,125 rupees and 12 months plan costing around 12,375 rupees. This is about our Unacademy Plus subscription. So let us continue with today's topic on human health and disease. So last class we were discussing up to this topic, means up to here we were discussing some in the previous class we were discussing about the health. So how the different scientists have believed what is the meaning of this term health. At the same time, so what are the conditions required to behave the person as means to make the person healthy. We have seen in the previous class. Let us continue from there. So disease. So now let us see disease. So diseases. So when some infection, so means for example some microorganism has entered into the human being. So whether it can be different types of microorganisms. So microorganism, if you see the different types of microorganisms, so which can cause disease actually. So you can see different types of microorganisms. So different types of microorganisms, if you see, which are causing disease. So if you see the different types of microorganisms that are causing disease actually, if you see, so the microorganisms like we know that like bacteria. So bacteria, at the same time we have virus. Nowadays we are suffering with viral disease, that is corona. So apart from this viral disease, we have protozoan infections. So apart from that we have fungal infections. So these are the microorganisms like bacteria, so virus, protozoans and fungi. So these all organisms, so these are considered as microorganisms. These cannot be seen with our naked eye. So we have to see it under microscope. So that is the reason they were named as microorganisms. So bacteria, virus, and as well as, so viral means here actually it is a virus. So bacteria, virus, so protozoans, and as well as fungus. So these all are the organisms which cause disease in case of the humans or in case of the animals. So diseases, if you see the disease, so diseases are of two types. It is infectious disease and non-infectious diseases. So let us see what are the different types of diseases. So in previous class we have seen about the health. Now let us see about the diseases. And diseases are classified into two types. They are infectious disease and non-infectious disease. Let us see what is this infectious disease and what are non-infectious disease. So common diseases in the man. So let us discuss about the common diseases that are occurring in the human being actually. So the pathogens. So before going to detailed discussion about what are the common diseases that are generally seen in the human beings, first let us see about pathogen. How do we define a pathogen? So pathogen, no doubt pathogen is an organism. So pathogen can be an organism. Just now we were discussing the same thing. The pathogen can be a bacteria, pathogen can be a virus, it can be a protozoan, it can be a fungus. So like that it is a disease causing organism. So how do we define a pathogen? It is a disease causing organism. So disease causing organism is known as a pathogen. So which causes disease. So the organism, of course, on our human body we have several organisms. On our human body and our skin we have different lakhs of bacteria there, but they don't cause any diseases. So they are called as a normal flora, but they don't cause diseases. But which are called as pathogens, those organisms or those microorganisms which are causing disease, to the human beings, then only they are called as a pathogens. Then only we call it as a pathogen. So how do we define a pathogen? Means it is a disease causing organism. So disease causing organism is known as a pathogen. So which is a pathogen means it is a disease causing organism. So disease causing organism is known as a pathogen. Organism, so disease causing. So let us see next point, a wide range of organisms. What are the different organisms which are acting as a pathogens? So the same thing once again. So it can be bacteria, they can be a viruses, they can be a fungus, they can be a protozoans, they can be helminth parasites. They can could cause these all can cause disease in human beings. So what is a pathogen? So pathogen is a microorganism. First of all, it is an organism which causes a disease. It is called as a pathogen. So then what are the sources of this particular pathogens which are acting as a pathogens? Means the wide range of organisms, different range of organisms include bacteria is acting as can act as a pathogen, virus can act as a pathogen. So just now we were discussing virus. Nowadays we are suffering with virus, so that is coronavirus. So previously people also suffered with a viral disease like AIDS. So HIV virus, AIDS. So in AIDS is a disease, of course, HIV virus. Okay, then hepatitis. So like this, these are the different viruses which causes serious diseases in the human beings. Actually, they cause very serious disease, Serious disease means certainly if the person encountered with this disease, the person will die. So such type of diseases are called serious disease, of course. Okay, so like that, pathogens can be, it can be a bacteria, it can be a virus, it can be a fungi, it can be a protozoan, it can be a helminth parasite. So like that, these all can be acting as a pathogens in case of the human beings. So let us see the first one. So first pathogen which is causing disease in human being, in the first one is salmonella typhi. So salmonella typhi. So salmonella typhi is a, of course it is a bacteria. So salmonella typhi, it is a bacteria. So these bacteria generally, these bacteria, these are also called as a coliforms. These are also called as a coliforms. So these are generally present in fecal contaminated matter. Okay, so fecal matter, they are present in the fecal matter. So if person consumes any contaminated drinking water, so the drinking water is contaminated by any fecal matter, so then in the fecal matter the salmonella will be present and person will suffer with the disease that is called as a typhoid. So let us see, so what is the disease caused by salmonella typhi? If you see the disease caused by salmonella typhi, the name of the disease is called as a typhoid. So typhoid is the name of the disease that is caused by this particular salmonella typhi. So apart from the salmonella typhi, we also have salmonella paratyphi, that is also causing disease, that is called paratyphoid, of course. But anyhow here, so salmonella typhi is the name of the microorganism which is causing disease in human beings, and the name of the disease is, it is causing disease, the disease is called as a typhoid. So it is affecting a specific site inside the human beings. So just now, so it's infection site. So we have to remember the infective site. So what is infective site of salmonella in a human body means? It is a small intestine. So it attacks the small intestine. So what it is going to do after attacking the small intestine? So what it is going to do means it is destroying the small intestine. How it is destroying the small intestine? If you clearly see here, so you can clearly observe that it creates perforation. So perforation means it creates holes or pores. So it is creating holes in the small intestine. So when it is creating holes in the small intestine, what happens? All the intestinal fluid leaks out of the intestine. So that may leads to a fatal condition and person may die also. So that's what its pathogenicity is showing. So when person is suffering with this typhoid fever in very severe case, so what happens is the infection site is small intestine, and so what this bacteria is going to do is it creates perforations. Perforation means pores or holes, whatever may be. So it can be a pore, or simply we can tell it as a hole. So it creates pores or holes in the intestine. Because of that, what happens is all the intestinal fluid starts leaking out and person may also die. So intestinal perforations and death may also occur in severe cases. So that is how pathogenicity is. So what happens here is, so perforations, intestinal perforations and death may also occur in severe cases when person is attacked with this salmonella typhi actually. So if you see the symptoms, what are the symptoms of salmonella typhi? If you see, the person will, of course, he may encounter with high fever, so inka cheppalante weakness, then stomach pain. So of course it is directly attacking the intestine, so certainly the person may exhibit any stomach pain. So constipation, headache and loss of appetite. So these all are the symptoms of this particular infections by this particular salmonella typhi actually. So to diagnose this, there is one specific test is the name of the test is called as a Vidal test. So routinely this was asked in the examination, students. You have to remember this. They will ask in multiple choice questions. What is the test to diagnose the typhoid? The name of the test is called as a Vidal test. And what is the name of the organism which causes typhoid? It is Salmonella typhi. And what is the pathogenicity of Salmonella typhi? So it causes intestinal perforations. So that is an important point you have to remember. So it causes intestinal perforations. So perforations means it is creating pores, or it can create a hole. So these are the important points something about this Salmonella typhi. Let us move to the next one. So let us see the next another disease which is causing in human beings, that is Streptococcus, pneumonia and Haemophilus influenza. So both are. So you can see Streptococcus, pneumonia. This one is also, this is a bacterial disease. So this is a bacteria. So Streptococcus pneumonia. Similarly, Haemophilus influenza. So Haemophilus influenza, it is also a bacteria. Haemophilus is a genus and influenza is a species. So it is also bacteria. So both are bacteria. So both members of this bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae. So both are causing the common disease. Same type of disease it is causing. The disease is called as a pneumonia. So it is causing the disease. The name of the disease is called as a pneumonia. Is the disease it is causing actually. Good evening students, good evening all of you. So hi Komla, hi Chandrasekhar, so good evening all of you. So we're discussing the topic, name of the topic is human health and diseases. Okay students, let's continue. Okay. So the name of the disease is called as pneumonia. So both these bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae, both are causing disease. The name of the disease is called as pneumonia. And if you see the infection site, so where is the infection site means? So this pneumonia, so means Streptococcus and as well as Haemophilus, both are infecting. So they are causing infection at specific location. The name of the location is called as the alveoli of lungs. So it is affecting the alveoli of lungs. So very important location, very prominent region of the lungs where exchange of gases takes place. So at that site, that is alveoli, at that site is actually it is infection is taking place. Okay. Then if you see the symptoms, if person is suffering with pneumonia, so what are the symptoms means? So fever, chills, cough, headache. So fever, chills, cough and headache. In severe cases, the lips. So this is a very important point, generally routinely asked in multiple choice questions in the NEET examination as well as an EAMCET examination. So in severe cases, the lips and fingernails may turn grey into bluish color. So grey to bluish in color. So very important point, we have to remember this students. Okay. So when person is suffering with pneumonia, the person's lips and fingernails, so they may turn into grey to bluish in color. So that is the thing which you have to remember. These are the symptoms. Then if you see the pathogenicity, it causes dysentery, it causes plague, it causes diphtheria. Okay. So pathogenicity, so what it causes? It causes a dysentery, it causes plague, it causes diphtheria. So these are the other associated infections, bacterial infections that also may increase. So like this is something about this particular Streptococcus pneumonia. So Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae both are causing the pneumonia in case of the human beings. And what is the infection site? Infection site is alveoli of the lungs. And what are the symptoms? The person may suffer with fever, chills, cough and headache. In severe cases, what happens is there is a different symptoms appears. Like what are those symptoms is? The lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. So lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. So that is the important symptom which we have to identify that this is a pneumonia actually. Okay, let us move to the next common disease in human beings. So that is about the pneumonia. Now let us see the next common disease in human beings, that is rhinovirus. So next one is the rhinovirus. So if you see this rhinovirus, this is routinely occurring in majority of the members, especially during the winter season students. Okay, and even in the small children also we can see this infection by rhinovirus. Of course now we can call it as a common cold. So that is the reason the name also given as common cold. So when you feel in winter season, what happens is, so we feel common cold routinely. So that is the reason the name is also given as common cold. So this common cold is caused by a virus. It is called as a rhinovirus. So rhinovirus is the, yes, it is a rhinovirus. Yes, hello Hitrita. Hello Kamla. So yes, today I am not taking special class on Unacademy. Tomorrow onwards again I start taking the special classes on Unacademy. So you can join at 7:10 p.m. actually. 7:10 p.m. is the time which I generally take special classes. So tomorrow you can check. Today I'll schedule classes by evening or night. So you can check timings of tomorrow's classes. So special classes tomorrow. So I may take 2 classes tomorrow. You can join tomorrow's classes. Okay, Vidurita. So as we know that so మనకి అందరికి పండగ కదా, సో మనకి అందుకని చెప్పేసి స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా అందరూ మరి హాలిడేస్ ఎంజాయ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి అది క్లాస్ తీసుకోలేదు. సో రేపటి నుంచి మళ్ళీ తీసుకుంటాను క్లాసెస్. ఓకే, ఈ 2 days తీసుకోలేదు స్పెషల్ క్లాసెస్. సో టైమింగ్స్ is 7:10 p.m. So tomorrow 7:10 p.m. 7:10 p.m. So one class will be there and one more class I may take. Okay, so morning time mostly. So today night I will schedule the classes. You can check once on the app our timings actually. Okay. So common disease in the human beings, that is rhinovirus. So the disease, so common cold, the name of the disease is called as a common cold. And what is the infection site? So what is the infection site of the person who is suffering with the common cold? Means the infection site is nose. So nose and the respiratory passage. So nose and respiratory passage both are the infection sites. So these are the major infective sites. Then if you see the symptoms, so the person who is suffering with this common cold, so we know that there is a nasal congestion and discharge. So certainly we can observe the person start releasing some discharge from the nose when person is suffering with the common cold. We know that. At the same time, we also see sore throat. So the person will also suffer with sore throat, hoarseness. Okay, so cough, headache, and tiredness. So the person who is suffering with this common cold, so we can observe all these symptoms, like the person will keep on discharging from his nose. At the same time, sore throat. So voice could maripodi. Okay, so cough and as well as headache and tiredness. So these all are the symptoms actually. Then if you see the pathogenicity, so what is the pathogenicity? Means cough and sneezes. So person will continuously starts coughing and sneezing. That is the main pathogenicity actually. So this is something about the rhinovirus students. Let us move to the next one. So next one is malaria. So we know that different causative agents like Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. Out of all these three, if we consider, which is considered as the most dangerous? So generally routinely asked in multiple choice questions when we discuss in the if you go through it. So which is considered as the most dangerous? Malaria. So it is no doubt it is the malignant malaria is the most dangerous, and it is caused by the organism that is falciparum. So Plasmodium falciparum. So Plasmodium falciparum is the causative agent which is causing this particular malignant malaria and which is considered as the most dangerous. Then if you see the life cycle, so you can see here, so this is the typical life cycle of the malaria. So you can see here the mosquito bites. So when mosquito bites, so mosquito when biting the person, what happens is the mosquito is releasing. So mosquito is releasing the sporozoids. So mosquito is releasing the sporozoids into a healthy human being. So the sporozoids, what happens is they migrate. The sporozoids migrate through blood and reaches the liver. So it is reaching the liver. Now this is the liver. So inside liver they starts dividing. So these sporozoids, so they starts dividing. So what type of division they are undergoing means, so inside the liver they are undergoing asexual reproduction. So they are undergoing asexual reproduction inside the liver. So they are undergoing asexual reproduction inside the liver. Okay. So after that what happens is when they undergo asexual reproduction, the liver cells burst, and all these particular asexual, after undergoing asexual reproduction, this particular parasite that will be released into the blood. Then again this parasite again enters into blood cells again. So after from the liver, these particular parasites, when they release into the blood, and again in the blood they enter into red blood cells. So when they release into blood from the liver, they enter into the red blood cells. So again they enter into red blood cells. So after entering into red blood cells, again they start undergoing division. So they start undergoing division again inside the blood. So after that, after undergoing the, again they also undergo inside the blood, also inside the red blood cells also they undergo asexual reproduction. So again undergo asexual reproduction. So after undergoing asexual reproduction, they produce more number of cells, and after producing more number of cells, so they produce the male one, so male parasite and female parasite. So they start growing and they produce the gametes actually. So they also produces the gametes. So they also produces the gametes actually. You can see here in this particular diagram. So sexual stages, these are sexual stages that is developed inside the red blood cells. So now these gametes, again this mosquito, so when mosquito bites this infected person, and all this will be entering into the mosquito. Yes, Komala, next class we will be discussing multiple choice questions on this human health and disease. So day after tomorrow we have one more class. Almost time is up actually. So day after tomorrow we will take one more class on human health and disease. At the time we will discuss multiple choice questions. So day after tomorrow you can join the class, or you can join my special classes also. We can discuss. Tomorrow we have special class at 7:10 p.m. So you can join tomorrow's special class at 7:10 p.m. actually. We are discussing multiple choice question only in that 7:10 p.m. special class. So there is a link, and the description, in the description box there is a link is given. So you can join that link. Okay. So when mosquito bites this infected person, so mosquito will take that blood meal, and inside the blood meal we have male gametes and the female gametes. They enter into the mosquito stomach. So inside stomach what happens is fertilization takes place. So inside the mosquito's intestine actually, so the fertilization takes place, and after fertilization what happens is the sporozoids. Later what happens is the sporozoids are developed. So like this what happens is, so like life cycle of this particular malarial parasite is taking place actually. So actually there is one chemical, the name of the chemical is called as a hemojoin. So the name of the chemical is called as a hemojoin. This hemojoin is released. So this hemojoin is released actually by this parasite. Okay, so that is the important point we have to remember here. Okay, so Kamala, you can join these special classes, these special live classes actually. So that is about this particular life cycle, students. So in detail I did not go, just outline only I am just discussing. Okay, so that is about today's class, friends. So we will stop here. So time is up. So 30 minutes only this class is. So you can join my free special live classes, students. So below description box there is a link is there. So use my code Rajendra Live and you can join my free special live classes. So tomorrow, so I will be taking a special class at 7:10 p.m. So you can join the special class at 7:10 p.m. in tomorrow's class. Okay, students. Thank you, students. So this is the end of the today's class actually. So before ending the class, so once again I just want to tell you about our Unacademy long-term plan. So the 6 months plan is available, students, and 12 months plan is also available. So you can join that 6 months plan and 12 months plan. So 6 months plan costing around 10,125 rupees and 12 months plan costing around 12,375 rupees, students. If interested, use my code Rajendra Live and you can join this Unacademy Plus courses. So yes, students, Yes, Komla. Uh, so we have 30 minutes only. Class is for 30 minutes actually. Okay, not 20 minutes. Class is for 30 minutes only. YouTube class is 30 minutes. So that's why. So what I am suggesting you is you join our special classes. Free special classes are for 1 hour. Okay. So there is a description box is available. You can click the link on that and you can see my profile on our Unacademy app. You join. You just what you do is you follow my profile so that you will get the message, okay, to your number, like when my classes will be going on, special free classes. Okay, so they are for 60 minutes. Now these YouTube classes are only, it is only for promotion and it is only 30 minutes class. Okay, so we'll discuss in detail in our special free live classes. Okay, so thank you for joining. See you next class.